get ready for.
I was thinking they have like a bunch of sweets and stuff.
They do.
I was just wondering if we could ever come over there. We should just save the sweets for after.
Okay.
It's gonna be meringues and sparkling cookies.
Really?
I just thought, so you're gonna gobble down the meringues immediately. So
I do love meringues.
I'll maybe we could go like sometime this summer, like in July.
I think that'd be good. Just need to put that there. Stuff down there.
Oh, I don't even know what this stuff is.
There's something sticky. I might have Derek.
Oh, it looks like it's from.
Something that got too hot, probably. That red thing.
Looks like cough drops. That's probably it. Yeah,
You know, 'cause
this
this
is
keep-
incredibly stale. So whatever it was, I just
we
ate
keep it at
probably
like
needs to be.
I think 75, but they like with a lot. There's still a good amount of humidity, so that's probably what cooked it.
And now my fingers are incredibly sticky.
That's what. So I ran in there. I came out. I'm like, it's not blood. It's like this light red thing, and then I had to go wash.
Oh no, I know now. I'm feeling like, oh, it's super sticky too. I hear ya.
Do it now.
I'll make do. I'm comfortable now.
Check, 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 check.
I need to talk to you
Shabbat Shalom and good evening, everyone. Great to see all of you. Welcome to Shabbat Shalom. To those watching the stream, say Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to you as well. I'm joined to my right, our cantorial soloist, Allison Rosoff, down at the piano as usual. Our great accompanist, Joy Katzen-Guthrie. In your prayer books, Mishkan Tefillah, which means dwelling place of prayer, you'll find our opening song, Yidid Nefesh, Heart's Delight, Source of Mercy, Draw Your Servant into Your Arms, right on the middle of page 10, and as always, on the screens. Yidid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Ishok Deka, Ilritzonika, Ilritzonika. Yidid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Mishok Avdecha, Ilritzonecha, Ilritzonecha. Yarutz Avdecha, Imoaya, Ishachaveh, El Muladarecha. Yidid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Mishok Avdecha, El Ritzonecha, El Ritzonecha. Are there any ladies who'd like to help us light the Shabbat candles? Feel free to come up to the bima. You'll find the blessing back on page 2 in your prayer books as we light one candle for keeping and observing Shabbat and the other for remembering Shabbat, Shamor and Zachor. Light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. to all. I say Yasher Koach, well done. Thank you so much for helping us bring in the light of Shabbat. You can feel free to join me in this next prayer that you'll find on the following 2 slides, a prayer for Israel. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. May you bless the soldiers of the Israel Defense Forces and all who stand guard to protect our people. Shield them from all troubles and injury. Help them secure freedom without loss of life for all those held captive by the enemy. May they have strength and courage of heart. On page 24, you'll find the words to the traditional Shabbat song, Shalom Aleichem, where we're said to have an extra angel accompany us during the 24 hours of Shabbat. Peace be to you, messengers of the Most High. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharim, Malachei Elyon. Hi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Hi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hi LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Hi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Our segue to Shema and its blessings on page 26 is the half or Chatzi Kaddish words of praise.
Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yivrach yutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael bagala u'v'yizman kariv v'imaru amen. Yesh merabah mevarach le'olam ulam me'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitma'ar v'yitroman v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shmei dekudesha brichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushmechata v'nechemata damira be'ama v'imaru amen.
Let's rise for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu found on 28. lai lai lai, I lai lai lai, I lai 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 lai, I lai lai lai, I lai lai lai, I lai 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 lai. Baruch hu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Baruch hu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach, Leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach, Leolam va'ed. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Please join me on 31, Ma'ariv Aravim, for the evening. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. And on page 33, words of love, Ahavat Olam. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token, your abiding love, than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Israel. We'll sing Open Up Our Eyes together. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes. Teach us how to fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivot Mahaluto Leolam Va'ed. Feel free to be seated. We'll continue chanting the words of the Shema. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, soul, and might. On 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Yechol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha v'aderet u'shoftecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Words of truth and faith are found on page 39, Emet ve'emunah. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land. That the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. You'll find the words to Mi Chamocha, Who is Like You, our Song of Freedom, on page 40. Mi Chamocha, Baili Adonai. Mi Chamocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Mi Chamocha, Baili Adonai. Mi Chamocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Norati lo, O Sefelen. Norati lo, O Sefelen. Mi Chamocha, Baili Adonai. Mi Chamocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Mi Chamocha, Baili Adonai. Mi Chamocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Norati lo, O Sefelen. Norati lo, O Sefelen. On the next page 42, we'll sing the words of Hashkivenu. Grant, O God, that we may lie down in peace, and raise us up, O God, to life renewed, our prayer of shelter.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom.
We'll now continue with the words of the Tefillah, our standing prayers, as we ask God to open our lips in praise. Page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sivatai tiftach ufi agir teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevii Geula Livnei Vneihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magin Avraham V'Ezrat Sarat Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Rav L'Hoshia Morid Hatal Mechachel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Oholim Umatir Asurim Umechayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'agvurot Umidom Melach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiya Keshua V'ne'emanat Halech Chayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kedoshim b'chol yom Yahalu Chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Feel free to be seated. We'll continue with blessings 4 through 7 of the Tefillah, beginning with a prayer for the holiness of Shabbat on page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. On the next page, let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato L'Tzion. Words of Hoda'ah, which means thanksgiving or gratitude, are found on page 59. Baruch atah Adonai Hatov Shimcha U'Cha Na'eh the Chodot. And a prayer for peace in the world, peace in Israel and the Ukraine. Shalom Rav on page 60. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people together, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel and every season and moment with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael. Shalom. And our song of peace, O Say Shalom, is found right on the screens as well as on page 62. O say Shalom bimroma, Huya say Shalom aleinu. Ve'al Yisrael v'meru amen. O say Shalom bimroma, Huya say Shalom aleinu. Ve'al Yisrael v'meru amen. Oh, say Shalom in Roma, Huya say Shalom aleinu. Ve'avo Yisrael v'meru amen. Shalom in Roma, Huya say Shalom aleinu. Ve'avo Yisrael v'meru amen. You'll find words of healing in the prayer Misha Barak on page 253 in your prayer book as we call to mind and to heart those in need of healing. Think of all those in Israel who are in need of healing, whether military or civilians. And to these names we add Joanne Beeman Fiddleman, Yonatan Reuven Ben Rivka, Charlie Burke, Tina Bruns, Linda De Placido, Norman Fiddleman, Sue Fischelo, Harry Fleisch, Myron Graff, Bruce Greenberg, Michelle Green-Fried, Mitchell Freifeld, David Freelander, Don Hirschman, Jim Howard, Kathy Howard, Phyllis King, Dave Lawrence, Joan Lawrence, Jonathan Marks, Tova Marks, Ken Mercero, Arnold Miller, William Miller, Barbara Randall, Michael Renzino, Stephanie Ross, Carol Spani, Seth Schoenwald, Dennis Schulman, Arlene Charlotte, Angie Sermenis, Sarah Salzberg, and Jeff Stark. And if there are any names to add at this time, feel free.
My father, George Stark.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing.
And let us say, Amen. Shebera imotenu mekor Abraham lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, once there was a man who wanted to build a house. So he went to his local Rebbe and knocked on the door. The Rebbe, who was studying Talmud at the time, looked up and said, "Come in." "Rebbe," said the man, "forgive me for disturbing your studies, but I want to build a house and I don't know where to begin. Can you help me out?" The Rebbe said, "This is a most auspicious question. For at this very moment, I'm sitting here studying Masechet Batim, the section of the Talmud that deals with building houses. Here, take this Talmud. I have another one. Go home, follow the directions to a T, and you'll make a beautiful house for your family." The man was delighted, so he took home the volume, propped it on a rock, and began reading. Do this for 4 cubits and do that for 6 cubits. 3 months later, he had a truly lovely home and invited the entire community for its dedication. But, and I'll ask our tech team to display an image of this, when it came time to put up the mezuzah, the man took a hammer, gave it just a little tap, and the entire house fell to the ground. Frantic, the man returned to the Rebbe and said in a quivering voice, "Rebbe, I followed the instructions, and do you know what happened? As I was putting up the mezuzah, the entire house fell down." The Rebbe looked up from his studies, and he said, "What do you think the Talmud is, the daily newspaper? No, it's a holy book, and it must be studied carefully. Obviously, you were careless. So here's what you should do. Get yourself a friend and have him read every single direction to you as you go along, and then say every single direction back at your friend, just to be certain that you're following the instructions correctly. Now go and build your house." The man went right to work. This time it took 5 months to build the house, given all the extra steps involved. Again, the man invited the entire community for the dedication. Again, he lifted up the hammer to affix the mezuzah, gave it just a little tap, and again, the whole house fell down. This time, the man was furious with the Rebbe. He went to his house and opened the door without knocking. He threw the big volume of Talmud right in front of him, and he said, "Again, it happened. I carefully followed all of the instructions that Rabbi Yochanan in the Talmud told me. So why is it that every single time I put it up, it falls down?" Puzzled, the rabbi studied the appropriate page of the Talmud for a few moments. "Wait a minute," he finally says. "It turns out that Rashi, the famous biblical commentator, asked the very same question." Sometimes it seems like people ask the same question or repeat the same action over and over again, hoping to find a new answer or end up with a different result. Oftentimes, it doesn't make a difference which text, teacher, or authority provides the answer, because they probably need an emotional rather than a factual response. This can be due to confusion or anxiety, like the joke with the man, the house, and the Rebbe. Well, this week, To quote the inimitable Yogi Berra, a man known just as much for his famous turn of phrase as he was for swinging a baseball bat, it's deja vu all over again. Here are 3 examples of this phenomenon playing out right now. Exhibit A. In 1980, the Supreme Court struck down a Kentucky law that required every classroom in the state to display the 10 Commandments. This was a good decision given that the law abrogated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, which states that the government cannot establish one particular religion or one particular religion over the other. After all, not everyone is Jewish or Christian, and some people don't follow any religion at all. Exhibit B. In 1992, Alabama Justice Ray Moore was thrust into the national spotlight after placing a stone carving of the 10 Commandments in his Etowah County courtroom. I'll ask our tech team to show an image of the carving while it was standing. After many, many years of lawsuits by the American Civil Liberties Union regarding the First Amendment Establishment Clause and the due process rights established in the 14th Amendment, the carving was ordered to be removed by a federal district judge in 2002. Why? Because the unconstitutional display, quote, crossed the line and violated the separation of church and state. And most recently, Exhibit C. This time, the action takes place in Louisiana, surrounding its hot off-the-press law stating that the 10 Commandments must be displayed in every public school classroom in the state beginning January 25. Within days, the state was sued by multiple civil rights groups. Only time will tell what will become of this new law, though it stands to reason that it too will not pass constitutional muster. Now, let me be clear. As a proud Jewish American or American Jew, I believe that the 10 Commandments share timeless wisdom and serve as a bedrock foundation for living an ethical life. But I also know there are plenty of Americans who think and believe differently, which is well and good because I believe in the importance of religious diversity. In many ways, America is still a melting pot, but not only in terms of where people come from, but also in terms of what, if any, religion they practice. According to one count a number of years ago, they said that there's about 4,000 Ten Commandment displays found in courthouses, civic buildings, and parks throughout the country. But many of these are just a likeness of the stone tablet. In fact, the U.S. Supreme Court in Washington, D.C., has multiple pieces of art displaying the tablets. I'll ask our tech team to display just one of them. So this is the South Frieze, top of the wall on the inside of the Supreme Court. And you can see maybe the second person to the right, from the right looking to your left, you see Moses, and you see the carving of the abbreviation of the 10 Commandments. Which begs the question, should these displays be removed from the public sphere? The leaders of Orthodox Judaism certainly disagree, as they petition the High Court to uphold the constitutionality of such displays, arguing that in addition to the religious import of this celebrated biblical text, the 10 Commandments also share secular principles of humanity and morality that have universal application. And they add that anyone offended can just simply look away. On the other hand, atheists, as well as the followers of Asian religions, have sought to remove these public displays because they show, in their opinion, clear favoritism to Judeo-Christian tradition. As it turns out, historically, The leadership of the Union for Reform Judaism has considered such displays, and I'll give you the quote, amounting to a binding dogmatic statement of faith and morals, end quote. In other words, they're intensely sectarian statements, essentially endorsed by the government, which creates a clear red line in terms of constitutional consequence, however loved they may be by members of the tribe, such as us. That being said, it can be very meaningful for us individually to celebrate the Ten Commandments. Judaica shops and synagogue supply houses sell countless ornamented Torah mantles and silver breastplates, artwork, jewelry, and more with images of the famous twin tablets, from olive wood carvings to dog tags with the tablet's likeness imprinted onto them. I cherish these tablets too. In fact, one of the best gifts that I've ever received as a rabbi is this lucite representation of the Ten Commandments. Here it is, replete with its naturally rough edges and the grooved Hebrew abbreviations of the 10 laws. And actually, if you look over there, we have the set of two tablets just with the Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud. That's the 1 through 10 abbreviation. The 10 Commandments are called, in Hebrew, Aseret HaDibrot, which means the 10 words. They're a moral code, as well as the foundational basis for the 613 commandments, or mitzvot, found in the Torah. Not everyone believes they should be displayed in the public sphere. Even amongst Jews, the opinions are mixed. Nonetheless, as we've learned, some people just ask for them to be displayed over and over again, each time hoping for a different result. Much akin to our Chelmnik, who continued to build houses the Rabbi Yochanan way, only to find them repeatedly falling apart with the slightest tap of the hammer. I say, Ganug already with the public displays of the 10 Commandments. Enough is enough. Let's just follow them instead. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue with the Aleinu, the adoration, that's found on page 282. Any gentlemen in the group who would like to come up to the bima and help me open the ark, you are welcome to come forward as I ask all of us to rise. You'll find the words on 282. All right, come up.
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו
You'll find the words of Kaddish Tome, Mourner's Kaddish, also words of praise on page 294. As we think of those who have passed in the past 30 days, whose families are in the period of Shloshim, we think of families in Israel who have facing the loss of a loved one, as well as the following individuals within our congregation, as we remember Miriam Richmond, mother of Barry Richmond, grandmother of Martin Richmond, and our past president, Lou Quall, husband of Jean Quall. To their names we add and mark the Yahrzeit anniversary of passing of the loved ones on this Shabbat. We remember David Askin, Jack Barr, Pauline Berliant, Saul Buchstein, Sidney Cohen, Isidore Cohen, David Curtis, Ellie Doff, Betty Friedman, Howard Friedman, Jack Friedman, Sidney Gendler, Jenny Gold, Myra Cohen Gordesky, Seymour Greenbaum, Rose Greenbaum, Dennis Herman, David Kern, Pauline Klein, Kenneth Levin, Leo Loeb Jr., Annette Lowett, Dolores Lucas, Alan Maller, Andrew Marcus, Ida Marshak, Elsa Milhouse, Larry Miller, Alfred Mortelli, Richard Morse, Sylvia Potters Perlman, Alan G. Rubens, Lysel Schick, Benjamin Seaman, Seymour Spezer, Isabel Werboff, Mark Werboff, Zena Wexler, and Mary Zweiter. Are there any names to add for Yahrzeit? Thank you. We say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of these good people continue to be a blessing in their loved ones' lives as we rise to offer the words of Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'yalma divrach hirutevi amlich malchutei, v'chayichon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, v'agalav yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'alam ulamei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei dekudasha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, kuya asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace in the heavens cause peace to descend on us, Israel, and throughout the world, as we say, Amen.
V'imru, 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 amen. V'imru, 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 amen.
Feel free to be seated. We'll continue with the Shabbat Kiddush, blessing over the fruit of the vine, symbol of joy in Judaism. You'll find the blessing on page 5 and on the screens. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'rata banu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'avahu ratzon, ingilanu, zikaro lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah, l'mikra kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, kivanu b'charta, yotanu kidasha, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Say L'chaim to life. All right, any kids, teens, feel free to come forward and enjoy some challah. And then as they get up here, no, there are a couple more kids, but maybe they're not coming, I don't know. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Say b'tevon and enjoy. It's great grape juice. Love you. All right. Original person who was supposed to be giving the announcements is not here, so I'll ask our president, Paul Rosoff, to come up and share our Shabbat announcements.
Just got a correction. I don't know if I'll remember it. Hold on. Shabbat Shalom. Many thanks to Rabbi Matt, Allison, and Joy for leading a wonderful Shabbat service, along with our tech team, Ed and Brad, and our greeters, Steve, David, and Judy. Good. All right. Sisterhood's Honey fundraiser for Rosh Hashanah is underway. This is a great way to wish family, friends, and business associates a happy Jewish New Year. Order online in our weekly happenings email. For the singers in our congregation, feel free to join our high holiday choir by contacting the temple office. Rehearsals begin in July. Dr. Danny Rosenkrantz of Brave Space Psychology is co-leading a monthly transgenerational support group online, supporting grandparents of trans youth. Click on the link in the happenings email to participate. Following this service, please join us for an Oneg Shabbat in the social hall. Shabbat Shalom.
And I have one correction. Our choir begins next Wednesday, the 26th.
Great.
So hopefully we'll see you there.
Thank you so much, Paula. Our closing song you can find right there on the screen or on page 17, an excerpt from Psalm 99. Romemu, exalt Adonai, our God, and bow down towards God's holy mountain. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, v'yishakavu, lehar kosho. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, v'yishakavu, lehar kosho. He kadosh Adonai, Eloheinu, Romemu. He kadosh Adonai, Eloheinu, Romemu. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, v'yishakavu, lehar kosho. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, v'yishakavu, Behar Kosho. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks so much for joining us. See you in the social hall.
Thank you.